Today I'm going to show you how to do a backstitch. It's very similar to a running stitch. The running stitch has the gaps between each of the stitches, but with backstitch we fill them in. I'm just going to follow these lines. So I have my needle threaded with orange thread and I've got the loop at the end. We come up from the back and then through, and you can see I've left the tail hanging out there because I don't have a knot, but the tail has the loop, the fold of the thread, so I put my needle through that, and that's a very neat way to start off my row of stitching. Now I come up past that first stitch, leaving a gap in the same way that you do with running stitch. But then instead of putting the needle in forward, we put the needle in back at the end of the previous stitch to fill in that gap. So with each stitch at the back, we come out past the previous stitch, leaving a little gap. And then we come down from the front backwards to fill in the gap. Come up past the last stitch, leaving a gap, and then put the needle in backwards to fill in the gap, backwards on the line. Okay, so we just speed up the video for a little while now to watch it. And you can see that I've changed how I'm doing the stitches just to make it a little bit quicker. Is I can go in and then back up in one move. So I go back to fill in the gap and then poke my needle up again past the last stitch. We've finished, so I'll just go underneath the last stitch and through that loop, and I usually do that twice. You can see on this felt decoration a lot of backstitch. There are a couple of other stitches, but most of it's backstitch.